best way of making something big is to use a choir. This is where I started. It's a choir of a couple of men and women, and it sounds something like this. Sort of okay, but I wanted them to sound a bit more energetically, so I kept that choir and I doubled it with the same choir, but now they're singing more energetically with more force, and it sounds like this when we combine it. This is no chiptune anymore, so you can see where your choices diverge, so to speak. There's nothing wrong with chiptune, but sometimes chiptune just doesn't match the feel of the game that you want to communicate. Finally, we added a Bulgarian singer with some more articulated phrases to emphasize the melody. But this is just choirs and chords and the melody. I wanted to have it some rhythm using strings. These are the double basses, so the really big, standing, oversized violins. And slightly smaller, the cellos, the celli. If you don't know what the cello is, I'd kapach, because that's such a beautiful instrument. Combine this and like this. Not enough, so I wrote a couple of lines for the viola section and violin section. So you go from low to mid to the high register, and that sounds like this. And when you combine it, it's getting there, but I wanted it to be even bigger, more epic, and what's more epic than brass? These are trumpets, trombones, a lower brass. A little disclaimer, I didn't write this piece to be ever heard on its own, but I'll let you hear it anyway. When we put it all together, I think it sounds big, bigger than you would expect from an indie game with the budget of ours. I'll let it play out, and that will be the end of my talk as well. Again, there's nothing wrong with different kinds of music other than orchestral. Just bear in mind that it is possible, even for indie games, to have an orchestral sounding soundtrack. Anyway, this is everything combined. That was loud. I don't know if we have any time for questions. I've got one last remark. I'm for hire. And also buy my book, which will be released at the end of this month.